Hello everyone and welcome to episode 19 of Megaman Battle Network 2. In the last part, the plane was in a lot of trouble and we had to fix a lot of problems, and now we're here in the last area of the air comp, thank God. Now right here, I'm not sure if that'll always be there, but there's a bug frag under there, or at least there was for me. That happens every now and then, I'm not sure why. And here we have 150 zennies, or 1500 rather. Now, I actually have to say, this is probably one of the easiest of all the comps. Maybe it's just because they wanted to go easy on you right here at the very end, but it helps in this area. Especially with some of the enemies we're going to be encountering later on. Oh, man, one of those enemies is going to be the death of me. And here they are, because the Handy 2 is here, which I mentioned last part, just stronger and beefier handies. They hurt. And depending on, and really your luck, all it depends on is where they move to and what the arrangement of the magnet panels is. Because if those magnet panels are in the wrong spot, you might end up getting fucked over. I recommend trying to get a life sword as soon as possible with these guys in this specific area. Then blowing the shit out of them, and luckily when you're right in front of the bomb, you can rapid fire everything to death. So it's no big problem. And luckily they're affected by the magnet panels as well, so it's no overall big deal, just watch out for them. So let's continue on. Now that we've gotten rid of the blue, we can head down this path and actually get some stuff done. And I'm not gonna admit this is not my first time playing this part. I had a failed recording earlier where I tried to play this part. And we have another new enemy, Flappy 2s. Much more vicious, stronger, and a bit more complicated Flappies, if you remember them from, like, part 1. What they'll do is that when they crash down on the ground, not only will they crack the panel they land on, but everything in the row they're in the column they're in, will explode. So watch out for that, because as a guy who normally moves up and down when he's being attacked by an enemy, that can be kind of bad. Luckily, I moved to left and right as well. And the Magnegrous, one thing that was actually incorrect about them last part is that it's whenever they're on the same row as you when they're moving, that's when they'll do their charge attack. But this one stands no chance. Yay! I'm not sure how I got stuck in this area so badly when I was a kid. I'm finding it very simple now. And here's the red magnetic field. So now we're free to head right for the boss. Who, guessing by the entire magnetic theme this place has, probably has something to do with magnets. I wonder who that could be. Looks at Megaman 3. Megaman 3. So good, but at the same time, those dock robots. I'm really glad I know how to edit random battles out, because this would be really annoying if I did it live. And it's the boss. So you're the criminal behind this incident. Guess you got me. Why do such a thing? Here's a little tidbit for you. I came for the high-power program on board this plane, see? Already got it. Completion of the Supernavi is soon. Aren't you the chairman of Gas Incorporated? What are you doing involved in such a thing? Well, since you asked, when I was young, I was raised in a poor family. In a raggedy old shack without much food or money. My brother Jack was taken in by the rich family. After that, my parents got sick and died. I was suddenly all alone. And society didn't lift a finger to help me. I hated people. I detested society. I worked like mad to triumph over my society, my enemy. Then I devoted myself to status. I gained power over others, the authority to direct society. But what I had amassed in life was not what I wanted. What I wanted was a newfound order. Society is rotten to the core. In order to rebuild this fallen society, we need to destroy everything and start anew. Gospel thinks along the same lines. I quickly rose through the ranks and became the leader of the Supernavi development project. When the Supernavi is completed, network society will be revolutionized. This will also be my revenge for Satan society. I have been relishing this day for years. When my revenge is over, chaos will come knocking at the world's door, and gospel will be there to provide order. We won't let that happen. Megaman, move into action. Righto! Magnet Man, delete that meddler for me. As you wish. Battle routine set. Execute. And now we have Magnet Man, one of the very first quote-unquote heavy bosses, as I like to call them. By that I mean they will not flinch whenever you do like a program advance or something on them. I'm not sure if he's the only one who's like that. And those magnetic attacks you can move by just going in a simple pattern. This you can move just by standing in the top left or dodge by standing in either top left or bottom right. I like to stand in the top left personally. And moving down. But as you can see, there's magnet panels all over the place, and that's the most annoying thing about this boss. And plus, once you destroy a panel, he'll actually do a magnet line attack, which will replenish them completely. He also has one more attack, but I'll get to that when he's at low HP, which is when he starts doing it. And Mag Line just sets up a line of magnets. Which actually kind of helps, because now you won't get attracted to the magnet below or above you. But actually, one thing I'd like to bring up is that in the Megaman NT Warrior anime that was on Kids WB and whatever it was in Japan, way back in the early 2000s, Gauss's brother Jack, I'm not sure if this is actually canon in the games, but his name is actually Count Zap in the anime, and he's actually the net op of Elecman, if you remember him from Mega Man 1. He's also a villain you fight in Battle Network 1, I know that for a fact, but yet again, I don't like Battle Network 1 that much, so I don't really know much about it. It's raining outside. Or is that snow? I can't tell. Why would it be snowing in May? But yeah, the big thing with Magnet Man is that you should always be on your toes, because you have to move around a lot in this battle. For some reason, I actually have a harder time with this guy now than I did when I was a kid. I always used to be able to beat him first try, but I actually had a bit of trouble now. Maybe it's just because my chip folder was not cooperating. Then again, when I was a kid, I only ever used the Life Sword as a program advance. I didn't use High Cannon, or High Cannon 2, or Zeta Cannon in this game's case. So I guess having 3 program advances would kind of slow things down. I love this game's soundtrack. How many times have I said this during a boss fight? Actually, I can't even remember what some of the other songs in the game. But the big problem about this guy as a boss is that unless you have an area steal, you're not going to be able to get Life Sword on him easily, off on him easily. Like, as I mentioned before, there's another attack that he'll do later on when he's at low health, and that is the only feasible opportunity I can see as you going to be able to get him. And one thing I don't think I mentioned it at this point, but there is actually a secret style that you can get in the game that requires a lot of stuff that you can do. It's called Hub Style. It's actually pretty much the only style Mega Man can use in the manga. Because the thing is, they bring this up in the ending of Battle Network 1. Mega Man's personality is actually based off the DNA of Land's twin brother, Hub, who died as a child. They only bring this up in the endings of this game in particular, or Battle Network 1 in particular. And that's named after him because he's bringing out his inner human potential, from what I can tell. What that style will do is that it will pretty much make you God, because you'll start off with all 10 chips instead of whatever, and pretty much your God mode. And that thing, to get it, you have to S-rank every V3 boss fight in the game. How did people do that? Then again, I have seen someone beat Beast Base GX from either this game or later on in one of the other games in less than 30 seconds, so... These games with Battle Network and Star Force, when it comes to the multiplayer... Oh, there's the other attack. He'll clone himself and charge at you from both directions. Battle Network and Star Force, from what I can tell about their multiplayer, is ridiculous. Ugh, so many flashing lights. But luckily, Life Sword... But anyway, Life Sword, still the bane of anyone's existence. Finish them off for good. Mr. Gauss, I'm terribly sorry for... God bless gospel. A religion reference on a Nintendo console? Oh, Magnet Management, you ruined my hijack plans. My hijack plans? You mean you're behind this? Damn it to hell. You can't get away with this. I'll catch you. Hey, stop it. Do you know who I am? Rat. I've got him. I'll turn him over to the officials. Once we land. Get over here, you. Thanks, sir. The gear program's back to normal. The landing gear's out. Great, time to land this baby. Thanks, Lan. Back to your seats. Make it snappy. Sure thing. Megaman, jack out. Sure. Crisis averted once more. And now we are finally, after like how many parts, going back to landing back in Lectopia. Lan, that was a feather in your cap. Yours too, Mega Man. We're back. Let's go home to ACDC Town. That should be capitalized. I'm with you. I'm not sure if this is the last time you can go back to any of the places in the plane. I don't believe it should be, but be careful of that. And now let's head back home after so long, even though it's only been a couple of days, really. Then again, considering I don't trust Lan around Mela right now, considering that practical wet dream he had. Lan, look! Huh? What? Considering the practical wet dream he had when he was first on the plane. Come over here! This way, you. Forgive me. Get the bones walking. Ugh. Now, poor guy, a lot of these villains in this game actually do have legitimate purposes for doing what they're trying to do. I mean, that guy went through a lot. Poor guy. Yeah. Come on, Lan. Let's get back home and catch up with everyone. Yeah, let's tell everyone we're back. And now, and once you know it, we're right back where we started, practically. Oh man, getting past this, it seems so new again. Now, if you remember correctly, before we left Lectopia, we got some souvenirs. Yo, Lan, how was it in Lectopia? A present? For me? Whoa, what's that Robo-Cross I've been wanting? Leave it to Lan to get a guy just what he wants. Hey, I'd feel bad if I could give you something too. Here, and we got Gut Punch D. If you remember, when we left Lectopia, we got 3 souvenirs. You don't have to get all 3, but I recommend you do because some of the stuff you get is really good. Gut Punch D is kind of average, but that's what I expect from our first souvenir. The second one goes directly to Yai for quite the worthy award. By the way, I never mentioned it, but that's not a real dog. That's actually just a weird statue. Ma, you're back already. How was your first trip overseas, Lan? What? A present for me? You shouldn't have. You told me to. But I'm very happy. Here's something little in exchange. It's not... Oh, whoa! 10,000! You call that little? Freaking small rich girls, dude. Yeah, that one's really worth it, because you pretty much gain 9... Well, going through this, because each one costs 1,000 and you make a 7,000 profit, so... Worth it. And this is actually the first time we've been at Melo's house. If you're trying to get to her PC, you jack into the piano. And here's Melo's room, and... Surfbot from Megaman Legends! Oh my god, so cute! Battle Network likes to reference Legends a lot for some reason. Also, what happens if you fall off it? Welcome back, Lan. I heard you were busy in Utopia. Nice going. A present? Wow, it's so pretty. I've always wanted a ring like this. Thank you, Lan. Here, something from me in return. And we get a Recover 150. Really worth it. That's like a 5th of my HP at this point. Not even a 5th, more like a 4th. Not entirely a 4th, but pretty damn close. But yeah, this is all really worth it. Also, Lan, why would you give a girl a ring? You know how screwed you are now. Oh, Lord, you fool. But with that, and me talking to my mother, I'm going to need to end things off here. Thank you guys for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. And next time on Let's Play Mega Man Battle Network 2, we're going to go on, sleep in our room, and see what happens after that. See you guys then. Man, you've screwed yourself over eternally.